Hello, I am making a short video on my Tardis updates. So if you'd like to see, I've got the Tardis key, sonic screwdriver, and the vortex manipulator. Now, for the Tardis key, as soon as I put it in my inventory, if I'm not already the pilot, it will ask, would you like to become the Tardis pilot? And there can only be one pilot at a time, so if you say yes, no one else can become the pilot. When you swap hands with it, it doesn't do anything until you are the pilot. So what you do is you go into your text chat right there, and if you say yes, it gives you a book, and it makes you the Tardis pilot. So if we go into the book, the only things that I have in it so far are to show console control names and to hide them. I'm going to add more, and it's going to actually explain what each control does in the future, but for now, this is clickable text that is useful. So when you're holding the Tardis key in your selected hand and you walk up to the entrance of the Tardis, it will open and you can see the inside. All you have to do is walk through holding the Tardis key and it will teleport you inside. And this is the First Doctor's console room, or the best recreation that I could make, really. And basically, if I show controls, it will show you what all of the different controls do. So, basically this lever right here is the door lever. When you click that, it opens the door and you can see outside of the Tardis, but only a small amount outside the Tardis. And when you close it, it closes the door. This is the dematerialization lever. Basically, when you flip this lever, it makes the noise, and the Tardis dematerializes from its current position. Here we have the weather control, and all of the controls only work when the Tardis is dematerialized. So if we flick the weather back and forth, it'll say weather clear. And this is the time spanner. So when you flip through the time spanner, you can see it changes the time, and you can flip through that till you get to morning. This lever doesn't do anything quite yet, but I'm going to make it the handbrake. And this button also. This is the chameleon circuit. It doesn't do anything yet. I'm going to be making more 3D models for it to switch through. This is going to be part of the lighting system, so you can have a separate console light and exterior light. This is the destination selector. Basically, you rotate this and it selects a different destination. And that's the manual flight button. When you click this while the Tardis is landed, you can fly it manually. So if we materialize the TARDIS, you can see now that we've traveled to a different place. So now that we've rematerialized in a mansion. This is the, I think, 4th location that I have set in. I only have 4 locations so far. And as you can see, the TARDIS is just a standalone object, but when you're holding the key in front of it, the door is open, and you can walk inside. There's a little bit of a glitch there, especially since my computer's lagging because I'm screen recording, but it all works. So now, if I remove the console control names, we can change these without having to worry about anything interfering. So, let's dematerialize the TARDIS. Let's send it to the first location. And let's make the weather rainy, and let's make it nighttime. Alright? So, as soon as we land, and we open the door, we can see outside. We are in some kind of village. There's a pathway. And yeah, there's the TARDIS there. It's raining. I wonder why that happened. So now, as you can see, we're in a village, and it's raining outside, and it's nighttime. So, as soon as I go back into the TARDIS, we can change that. So we dematerialize the TARDIS. We can set it to clear weather and make it morning time. And let's change the destination. Let's go to this village here. open the door. As you can see, we are in a village. And, yeah, so here we are in the village. And basically, what I wanted to come here for is to show you the sonic screwdriver. Basically, if you're standing next to any door within 1 block radius, and you swap hands, it opens the door for a second. Now, of course, this is something that you're going to want to use with iron doors mostly, but it's there. It sets a torch, a redstone torch, at your position and then destroys it within 4 delays of a repeater. This is the vortex manipulator, and as you can see, it looks like you're wearing it on your wrist when you hold it. So if we swap hands with this, it will give us some options. You can manipulate time, you can manipulate space, and you can manipulate weather. I haven't programmed in space controls yet, but you can make it nighttime and thunderstorm, or you could make it morning with clear weather. Some of the spatial controls I'm going to add are villages and the Tardis, actually. So you can find your way to the Tardis, and I'm going to make dimensional rifts as well. So if we go into the Tardis, wow, chicken. As soon as we go into the Tardis here, what I'm going to show you now is the manual flight mode. So, if you're not holding the Tardis key, please make sure you're not holding anything, and you go into third-person view, you flick the button, suddenly you can see yourself as the Tardis, and you're flying. So you can basically just decide where you want to go. Let's say I want to just go hang out in the forest, you know? Let's say I'm going to hang out right in front of a tree. Basically, you just have to hover above the ground, you know, and there you go. You click Land Tardis. There you go. Now, sometimes the Tardis doesn't necessarily land in the right position. However, honestly, it's not that big a deal. Mostly it just affects the distance at which the exterior is showing. But I think, you know, it works pretty well as a visually bigger on the inside TARDIS. So, you know, you just walk up, you go inside, there you go. And you can still see the exterior. Alright, those are all the updates I'm going to make for today, but if you'd like to revoke your TARDIS privileges and start over, you just click Revoke TARDIS Privileges, and now you can't summon the TARDIS or anything, because when you click Summon TARDIS, it brings the TARDIS to your position. Alright, that's all I'm going to show you. Have fun.